Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Liberty Times, Vietnam is rapidly constructing a dual-use deepwater port and an 18-kilometer cross-sea bridge on Han Quai Island in its southernmost Co Mau province. Ordered by Communist Party General Secretary Ta Lam, the nearly $4 billion project serves as a major strategic countermeasure against China's growing military and economic influence in neighboring Cambodia. Recently, China assisted Cambodia in upgrading the Ream naval base in the Gulf of Thailand and funded the $1.2 billion Phunan Techo Canal. Once completed, this canal will allow Cambodia to bypass Vietnam-controlled waterways, weakening Hanoi's economic and political leverage. In response, Vietnam's new Han Quai port is designed to accommodate giant cargo vessels up to 250,000 DWT. Experts note that this facility will allow the Vietnamese Navy to deploy larger combat vessels in the southwest waters and host foreign warships, effectively turning the island into a maritime fortress. This project represents a significant shift in Vietnam's defense posture and is also expected to boost the local economy of the impoverished Co Mau province. According to a report by Radio Canada International, Prime Minister Mark Carney is expected to announce that German shipbuilder ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems, TKMS, has been selected as the preferred bidder to build Canada's new fleet of 12 submarines. The joint German-Norwegian bid was chosen over South Korea's Hanwha Ocean. This multi-billion-dollar project is estimated to cost around $24 billion for acquisition, with lifetime maintenance and support potentially pushing the total cost to over $100 billion over 3 decades. The decision represents a major strategic shift, bringing Canada into a closer European defense orbit at a time of rising global tensions and uncertainty regarding NATO. Prime Minister Carney is set to officially announce the decision in Halifax, while the Secretary of State for Defense Procurement will share the news with the West Coast Navy in Esquimalt, British Columbia. The German shipbuilder has stated it can deliver the first 4 submarines by 2036, which aligns with Canada's plan to retire its aging Victoria-class fleet by the early 2030s. According to a report by Liberty Times, Sjoerdsma, the Dutch Minister for Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation, arrived in Beijing on July 7, 2026, for a 3-day trade mission. Sjoerdsma, who was sanctioned by China in 2021 while serving as a member of parliament, is leading a delegation of 17 Dutch companies. This marks the first time since April 2018 that a Dutch minister has personally led a trade mission to China. During the visit, Sjoerdsma met with Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao to discuss economic ties. Since Sjoerdsma was banned from entering China under the 2021 sanctions, reporters questioned Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning on whether the sanctions had been lifted. Mao awkwardly avoided a direct answer, stating only that China and the Netherlands are important partners and directing reporters to competent departments for details. Liberty Times noted that this incident resembles the recent visit of U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who was also previously sanctioned by Beijing, showcasing China's pragmatic retreat from its own red lines when dealing with key international figures. Al Jazeera reports that Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich has declared a revolution in settlement expansion. This announcement follows the Israeli cabinet's recent approval to establish 13 new settlements in the central-occupied West Bank. According to Palestinian officials, these strategically located settlements will further entrench Israeli control and isolate occupied East Jerusalem, undermining prospects for a 2-state solution. Since Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu formed Israel's most far-right government in late 2022, state funding for settlement expansion has surged dramatically. with a record 86 new outposts established in 2025. This expansion has coincided with a severe escalation of settler violence against Palestinian communities. A United Nations inquiry reported a 130% increase in settler attacks since 2023, featuring coordinated campaigns to destroy vital infrastructure, agricultural lands, and homes. Additionally, the Israeli state has escalated demolitions of Palestinian structures, destroying dozens in single months. Since October 2023, the combined violence of Israeli forces and settlers in the West Bank has resulted in over 1,100 Palestinian deaths, thousands of injuries, and the displacement of tens of thousands from their homes. According to UPI, President Donald Trump hosted an event in the Oval Office on Monday to mark the launch of Trump Accounts, a savings program for children. During the event, which featured the ringing of the stock exchange's opening bell, Trump actively promoted Dell Technologies, encouraging the public to purchase Dell computers. Following his promotional comments, Dell's stock experienced a 7% surge. Dell CEO Michael Dell and his wife, Susan Dell, attended the ceremony alongside investor Brad Gerstner, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Senator Ted Cruz. The Dells recently contributed $6 billion to the Savings Initiative, which provides eligible children with savings accounts, including a $1,000 contribution from the U.S. Treasury for infants born between 2025 and 2028. Public financial disclosures revealed that Trump had actively traded Dell stock in 2025, executing 24 trades. During the event, Trump joked about helping Michael Dell get his donated money back through the stock's performance before asking for another donation. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.